Hi, my name is Madison Grego, and this is my reflection video about Little Man. So, the first question I had was, why did they not know about the surrogate, and how did she get away with lying on her resume? This question was really confusing to me because not only is it dangerous for the surrogate, but it's also very dangerous for the family. And I trying to keep in mind that maybe because it is a later film that they didn't have policies and regulations for their surrogates during with the company that she's with. But I just thought it was really crazy that you know everything she put on there was a lie. The second video I had was, why were they worried about their firstborn having Down syndrome? Um, they kept kind of not they didn't kept saying it, but they kept prefacing about how that was a worry that was on their mind, especially since they were gonna when they had the child, they were going through IVF. They were a young couple. There was no highly likely chance that the baby was going to come out with Down syndrome, but that was on their mind. So that was one thing that I was also a little confused about. Number three is it okay to terminate the pregnancy if the child is going to have a disability? So this one, I have to go a little bit more in depth in. I talked to my girlfriend and my sister about this because let me preface that, like, if the baby and the mom are going to come out healthy and they're going to be okay and they're going to be safe and no one's going to be harmed in any way, is it okay to terminate the pregnancy if the baby is going to be deaf, blind, have Down syndrome, any disability? Is that okay? I'm a little dipping my toes in number four, but that's a question I had during the video. My fourth one was, why was one spouse always worried about being intimate? So this one was a little confusing to me in the video. For example, when they were flying to go see the baby's first ultrasound, that was when they get the first news that their baby might be disabled. And that's how, little things went downhill with the pregnancies. And I felt like that was kind of in the back burner of one of the spouse's heads, and being intimate with her spouse was in the front burner. I totally agree with being intimate being a very important part of a relationship and being a very important value to have in a relationship. It was just kind of weird that that was her main concern and worry and sadness that came out of the trip. My fifth question was, why do they want a surrogate but don't understand why the person could do that to their body? I think that it wasn't really the comment that they said. It was mostly kind of how they said it. It would kind of robbed me the weird way about how the tone they had when making that comment. One thing that I really enjoyed about watching the video was seeing the baby grow. I love seeing the first clip we get to see of the baby being born, and how I remember sitting there and just smiling ear to ear and how beautiful the baby was, and then seeing throughout the video of the baby getting bigger, growing, gaining weight, and scooting around the house and standing and just being a lively kid. I loved that aspect of the video. For my favorite part, I couldn't get a really good picture. It was really blurry, so I will put the video in right now. So in that video, you see little Nicholas climbing up the stairs, and I just think it's super cute because in the beginning we were hearing about how this baby might not grow, how there might be struggles, how his life expectancy was gonna be instant, and you just see the life that this baby had, having so much fun. You can even hear like everybody in the room being so happy seeing the baby going up the stairs, and just being a kid. So yeah, that's my reflection about the video. Bye.